Like me a lady tonight. Like me a lady tonight. We're live. Um, everyone say hi to Matt. He's being a little late today, but that's okay because, this is a story about two guys and a mic. And oh, he's Russian. He's freaking Russian. Oh, dude, you're freaking messing up big time. Guys, welcome to the freaking stream. Matthew's coming in a little bit. Matthew, I'll see you. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, see you. Guys, welcome to the stream. It's been a while. It's been a week. It's been that type of week. We have been busy here. Oh shoot, I gotta do the Facebook thingy. Guys, tell me what's been going on with your week. My week's been what is it? What have I been doing this week? Just working. Oh, oh, I know what happened this week. Hang on. Episode 17, is it? I believe so. Way to go, guys. Episode 17. Regan and Matthew discuss the new movie. Oh, I gotta update everything. I gotta freaking update everything. If only Matthew was here. So this week, let's say your boy's a country boy now. Yeah, I did it. I sat down. I got on the phone. I got the thingy. I got it all. It all came in. I'll put it all on paper. Your boy's a truck boy now. Can we get a round of applause? Let's get a round of applause now. Oh, I gotta restart the whole thing. Oh, baby. Wow, he came in just in time. I timed that perfectly.
Almost like you. It's almost like you knew.
I didn't know. I actually was clapping for me because I got a truck. I'm a country boy now. And the new movie, what is it called? This is where I was hoping you were coming in and helping me out, but I don't movies out right now. I have no idea what it's called. Evil Dead Rises. Oh gosh, I can't believe we watched that. I was talking to my brothers the other day, and I was like, I told them, like, you guys ever heard of Evil Dead Rises? They're like, oh, I would not see that. Like, they knew exactly what movie I was talking about. I was like, yeah, well, to me, it sounds like a zombie movie. And nope, not a zombie movie, that's for sure.
I don't even know what it was.
Dude, that was so messed up. So
It was one of the messed up movies I've ever seen. One of them.
I know.
Is that what we're talking about tonight?
Well, I don't know. I thought so because since we did. I mean, technically, it's your podcast tonight. It's episode 17.
Oh, frick. Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
We're just gonna have some fun tonight.
Yeah, dude. It's your friggin' podcast.
We're just gonna have some fun tonight, man.
I'm all about fun. Sit on in and enjoy. What you eating right now?
Freaking chips and guac, baby.
Oh, God.
A little bit of a Dorito
Okay.
in some guacamole. We all know you don't like guacamole anyway, so.
Why would you say that?
Oh, because we just know. How do you think we
Says
did?
who? Says who?
Everyone.
Evil.
Literally everyone.
Yeah, freaking right, dude. Oh gosh. Okay, I gotta edit all of our freaking shit. I didn't do that shit. Done that before I got on, but it happens. Evil Dead Rise. Done. Done. Freaking did it. All right, now I don't have to worry
So
about that anymore.
how was the last show? How was it?
Oh, dude, it was so good. So good. Talked about Mario. Have you seen the movie Mario? Just curious.
I did.
Oh, that is so good.
Yep.
Oh,
Where'd you move your
that's
room to? What room
I
did you move it to?
I moved it in the little cove thingy. What you say? Like where my TV was, like in that little um I don't know, like the hole in the wall,
Oh,
like
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
like that. Where can I
Yeah,
show
yeah.
you?
No, I know what
This
you're
is-
talking about.
There's where it used to be, and now and then the couch is right there.
Oh no, there's so much lighting in that little cubby.
I put my LEDs in finally, and now I got an excuse to put my LEDs in here, and they work great. I just put them around the top of the wall. Tyler helped me last night. It was so great. But I did it when my brothers were here. My brothers came over last night. We had a little fun time. Me and my bros, and I don't
Yeah,
usually
thanks for
get.
the invite.
I usually don't do that. Oh, dude, it was kind of a, you know, bro night.
Dude, nice sweatshirt, man.
Dude,
Nice
I am
sweatshirt.
gonna get you. This is I guarantee you. I'm gonna send you a picture tomorrow. I'm gonna get you to come work for Legacy Construction. I'd be our marketing guy. Because they ramp up. This is their ramp up time for to do marketing, and I mean their whole marketing plan is just to, pay Google and Facebook, and that's pretty
Tell
much
them
it.
about me.
I'm trying to figure out a pitch. Okay, so
Tell them about
let's
Surefire
okay.
Local.
No. This is what we'll do right off the bat. Okay, I am the owner of the company, and you are me trying to pitch me why you gotta the scenario, right? You get it that you're me. You're trying to pitch a friend that's of. So they can't afford you, Matthew. Tyler says they can't afford you.
Tyler, you don't
My
know
wife is
crap.
listening. Oh, I love you, baby. Thank you for listening. Oh, that's so amazing. On
They
Facebook,
could
of all places,
totally
too.
afford it.
Yeah, they totally could.
1,500 bucks a month.
That's all.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, wait. No,
Oh,
I'm
they
not
can't
gonna.
afford me, I think is what she's saying. Which is true.
No, they
Not very
could.
many
They could.
companies can.
Please.
I had a guy who I called him and he was like, "You want to just be my in-house marketing guy?" And I was like,
Really?
probably not. And he was like, "Come on, man. I'll pay you 60K." I was like,
60K.
sorry, man.
Ooh.
Ooh, I
Did
can't
you,
leave a $180,000 job.
did you laugh at him?
I laughed. Yeah,
Uh,
I was like, I don't know if that'll make financial sense.
go,
And then I told him, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, that's probably not a good idea."
Yeah, that
He
makes
bought
sense.
though.
Oh well,
He
good.
because I
Then,
knew his budget.
well,
Ooh.
if he's got 60K to spend on a guy to be his marketing, then yeah, he could probably do the 1,500 a month.
Yeah.
That's just accounting right there. I mean, that's just like me thinking, okay, well, if he's got 60, I mean, that's just the other business side that you wouldn't understand, probably.
Oh, math. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I couldn't put two and two
you wouldn't.
together.
Those marketing people don't understand math. we accounting guys, the financial guys, step in and do it all.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because sometimes like I have to come in and there I see an error that was made by one of the sales teams, and it was like pennies. It wasn't like a huge mistake, but it was just like 40 cents. And I'm like, hey, you got to change this. This isn't correct. They're like,
Mm,
pennies?
yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry.
That's accounting, man.
That's accounting. I got to make sure it's accurate. That's it, man. That's it.
If it ain't accurate, it's on me.
And so that's my
It
job
really
is to
is.
be the accuracy guy pretty much. But now I'm just well today I've been I'm doing all the billing stuff and making sure I mean it's the beginning of the month, make sure billing's all up to date. Make sure
Make sure you get
that's
your taxes all taken care of.
well we yeah. That's all the fun stuff. Getting it all ready, man. But I love my job. I love my job now. And I'm so
You
happy that
love
I
it
have this. I
with an
love it,
L O
dude.
V E.
I
Let's go.
I agape. No, I wouldn't say agape. The other love, the brotherly love, the well, maybe I do agape love it. You
Oh,
know,
agape, love it.
look at us using a little biblical
Spanish. Oh,
terminology. Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah, Spanish. That one. That's the one we were talking about. Oh, you got to make sure that I'm. Oh, you got to make sure that. That's one of the things about being the tech guy in here. You got to make sure that our sound is coming in at the same level as everyone else. So like right
Yeah.
now, what are you
Mm-hmm.
eating? Right now I'm looking at the oh, you're doing nachos.
A
Oh no,
little
that's guac.
guacamole.
That doesn't look like guac. It looks like you screwed up that guac. Like you had
Why?
that in the refrigerator for too long.
We've literally bought it like
Well, it looks
a couple hours
brown,
ago.
not green. That
Is that
looks
better?
brown. More, it
It's the
looks more
lighting.
brown than green, I should say.
Oh, guys, you forgot. I forgot. We forgot to tell
What?
Regan's colorblind.
No, actually, at the start of the stream, let me tell you guys this. At the start of the stream, guys, I forgot to tell. Where'd you go? I don't know. You, you, you went blank, Matthew. I don't know if you turned off your camera, but whatever. Anyways, at the start of the stream, I started it off, and I wanted to tell everyone the big news. There's huge news going on right now. Excuse me. There's huge news. And the biggest news right now going around town, if you guys haven't heard, if you guys have been listening into the life of, I should keep that on. If you've been paying attention to the news, what's been going on in the world, you should know. The big news right now that's going on is your boy's a country boy now. I'm a country guy. I'm a huge country boy now. I got a truck.
He's a contractor now.
I not I work for a contract. Yeah, no, not really.
You have a truck, man.
Yeah,
You have a
dude.
truck.
Are you a contractor too?
Yeah, I have a
Bad
truck.
boy. Oh, baby. Just a bunch of, and maybe we should change the name of our podcast to the contractors. I mean,
contracting boys.
Think of how cool that sounds. Man, the contractors. Hey, welcome to the contractors. I don't know. The Goof and Goober is pretty slow. I think that's just it's stuck. It's with us. We can't do anything about that. I put I made a business name and it's in Goof and Goober, the Goof and Goober show, and we can't change it now. We're screwed.
It's officially an LLC.
We did it. We freaking did it. Leathers 96. Wow, Toby Keith must have really talked up country to you. Who's Leathers 96? Don't tell me that's Kaylee. Don't you freak.
I don't know if that's Kaylee.
Because I thought Kaylee had a different name.
I have no clue.
But Toby Keith, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the podcast for very long or just joining in, first off, I want to say welcome. Second off, yeah, I'm in a face-to-face conversation with the main man, Toby Keith himself. Let me show you. I got video evidence of it happening actually
Yeah, that's
right
totally Kaylee.
now. Oh,
She
let
purposely
me
tried to spell her name wrong. No.
right there. Yep, that's me and Toby Keith hanging out right there. 100% Toby Keith. No one else but Toby Keith. I mean, it only lasted like a 35 seconds, but it was proof. It's evidence that Toby Keith and I are basically best friends. But he does want a $500, well, $1,000 gift card from me. But that's okay. He's kind of down right now, and that's completely okay. It happens in the country in the
What kind of gift card?
Google Play.
Google Play card?
Yeah, I mean, he's very specific about that kind of stuff, but
Uh-huh.
that's just kind of how the country people are.
That's how us country boys do it, man.
We
The
we
freaking
country
country
boys,
us contractor type people.
we love that. Or
Yeah.
we would
Oh,
do
truck
anything for
boys.
we'd do
Mm.
anything for Toby Keith. And I told him I would. And then I don't want to talk about Keith Urban anymore because Keith Urban screwed me over, man. Freaking that wasn't the real Keith Urban. I don't think so. At least I'm not going to any of his shows anymore. Anymore. The man screwed me over, and I'm done
How
with
did he
him.
screw you over?
He wanted me. Okay, so this is kind of a long story. Not really. So Toby Keith and I had been talking a little bit about, and he wanted that gift card, and then I wanted to see Toby in real life and give him the gift card, but
Uh,
he wouldn't. Toby wouldn't get on the phone with me. He's just a busy guy. So in the meanwhile, Keith Urban texted me up, and he was also looking for some gift cards. Kind of like a strange coincidence, but I was like,
they're down bad, man.
it just happens to the country music industry. It just happens, and so
Mm.
they basically asked, "Hey, I need $1,000 in gift cards." I'm like, You know what, Keith Urban, you're in luck. I got the gift cards right here. But the thing is, I do want to see you and I want to hang out with you. So if I can't just like give it to you as a gift. There's got to be something in return. And oh, he returned the gift for sure. Not. The guy freaking just ditched me. He like just as soon as I give him the freaking cards, he's out cold. Didn't you want to talk to me? I had messaged him. I had called him so many times.
Mm.
I am a
Did you
little
meet him in
upset.
person? Or
No, I didn't get to meet him at all.
oh.
This is the problem that I had with him is that he would not actually meet with me, and I'm just a
so
little
he
upset.
so he wouldn't meet you in person. Uh, but he took the gift card anyway.
I mean, he took the gift card, and it like seemed like he only wanted the money. Like, and I had to go back because I went back to Toby Keith, and I mean,
Hmm.
Toby is still there for me. He is still he's still faithful. That's for sure. And that's one thing I can always count on right now is Toby Keith to be there for me.
Toby's just. I mean, he has always just been that rock. You know what I mean?
Always.
That rock for you.
Oh yes, 100%. Like I don't that's one thing that I just love about Toby Keith is that he has been that rock that I've needed. Man, I love it.
Sounds like our contractor just ghosts us. Yeah. I don't know. Leathers 96. That sounds
Trust
like a
me.
sucky
Yeah.
situation. Sounds like
So
that contractor's an idiot.
give me his contracting name. I'll look him up and give him a bad review on Google. That's what I do. Trust me. I've done this a couple times. Don't worry. I can do this right now. I'll pull him up right now. I'm
Mm.
pulling him up on Google. Leathers 96 wants you hit me up with his contractor's name, like his business name. And we're gonna do this live actually. That's what we're gonna do. So if you got that contractor name, we'll look him up and we're gonna give him a bad review on Google ASAP. As soon as Leathers 96 can deliver on the contractor. He works for Legacy Construction right now. Wait,
Legacy construction.
Legacy Construction.
This sounds really familiar.
What's his name? No, no, please.
What are you? What are you? Who are you talking to?
No. Yeah,
Oh man.
but he wait. So is the contractor Legacy Construction?
Oh, look at this, dude. This your guys' website sucks.
You are on the website of Legacy Construction right now? Oh gosh,
Yeah, it sucks.
please.
It is dog dude, doggy
Are you
dude.
kidding me? This is bad. A money sign, money sign. Look at this bad boy.
I
Roof
can't see
repairs.
anything.
I can see all of
Oh,
it.
are you showing us or no?
Oh, you want to see it?
Sure.
I thought you were.
Dude,
You
let's
had it
check
up.
out the old
I thought you had it.
Cornelius.
Oh god. Well, we'll share it. Here's the Legacy Construction.
See if you're on. Let's see if you're on
Guys,
the.
look at this.
The website.
5-star review. We have had what? How many reviews we got on that? I forget. Website.
Oh, Kim. She
We
was
got 36 with 5 stars. Killing it right now with our 5 stars.
Dude, Patrick's still there, man.
Oh gosh. You're
Patrick.
on the
Okay.
gosh.
Okay. Go back.
What?
I'll just show you. I'll
I
just
thought
show
you.
you.
I thought. Well, you do it.
Well, you were on there.
Well, you were on it too, weren't you? Jeez, man.
Fine, I'll show you.
It's like I have to do everything in this podcast, even though it's
Yeah, of
technically
course.
your night.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
I feel like I have to do everything, dude. It's like this one homeowner
so
I
take a
work
look
for.
at
They
this.
just expected me to do everything.
Look at this freaking crap. Okay. So you want to know what your guys' problem is?
I can't read what you
So-
put in.
So this is Legacy Construction
Yep, that's us.
LLC. That's you guys. Okay.
That's us.
A couple
That's me.
different things that I would look at.
Okay. Coming up in
Okay.
marketing.
Currently, you guys are listed here as a brick and mortar online. Did you know that? You guys don't have any service areas set on your Google My Business page.
Service area.
Google looks at that and they treat you just like a restaurant would, for an example. They only have you in a specific radius or location or area within a certain
In
mile.
Burnsville, Minnesota.
So this is probably like a mile or so.
From there.
So even if somebody were to look for a roofer in Burnsville, which is the city you guys are located in, you guys aren't even showing up. You guys aren't even showing up.
You'll look up roofers in Burnsville?
Roofing contractor in Burnsville, Minnesota. Literally just copied and pasted your index. That's all I did.
In Burnsville. Who comes up first? Capital Construction.
Schmidt. Schmidt Roofing
Well, they got 600.
Roofer in
This Miles
Burnsville,
construction.
Minnesota. Let's take a look. Moss Kaufman, the roof
Miles is
guys.
probably our biggest competitor. Rah!
You guys suck. Oh man.
Their website is
Um,
trash compared to ours.
No, it's not. Okay. Probably not.
Yeah,
Dude,
look
it
at
doesn't
ours.
even matter about the look. It doesn't matter about the look. If it doesn't have the right stuff, it doesn't matter.
I
Look.
was just I was just making a comment about the website.
Good. Let's look under areas we serve. Let's look under areas we serve. Okay? I'm gonna scroll down here. Look at this.
Frickin'
You guys cover this entire area? This whole area. You see that?
That's us. That's us.
Yeah. What does that picture do to help you be found in those areas? Nothing, because I can literally copy and paste this image. It's just a screenshot. That's all it is.
Yeah, man.
This does nothing.
Oh, dude, we're
This does
literally
nothing.
like the 6th one down. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
but you
4,
guys are
5.
in Burnsville.
Let's open this bad boy up.
You and I both know. If I got a freaking Google
areas roofing services in Burnsville.
Oh no, you guys
What?
just freaking.
What?
You guys' online presence suck, man. You know what?
Okay,
You know
give
what?
us a
Here.
call. Give us a
You know
call
what?
tomorrow. I'll patch you in.
Oh, you'll patch me in.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe you for one freaking bit, but that's
I'll-
okay.
I'll give you.
So I'm gonna put you in my system here.
Oh,
Oh my
boy.
gosh, it's a green. It's a green lead. What's
What-
the
What's a
business owner's
green
name?
lead?
Nobody from Surefire has called this business ever.
Ever?
Yeah, never. Oh, look.
Never.
Oh my gosh. Your own this business indicators on. You know what I could do with that? If I click on this, I can request access to your Google My Business page.
Let me see this.
You see that?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's not good, dude. You don't want that. You don't want the public to do that.
I'll go do that tomorrow.
Oh, you'll go do that tomorrow. Sure.
Well, we got some stuff to do, that's for sure. But you know what?
Dude, you gotta get me in. Gotta get me freaking in, man.
I'll give you a job. How about it? You know?
Yeah,
60,000. 60,000. That's my top dollar.
Oh, yay.
I'll get you in. I'll get you. We have a marketing company right now that we work with, but I don't know really what they do because
Exactly.
we're just based. I mean, I
message
haven't
me your business owner's name.
like I
Or is it Ben?
hang on.
I'm
Pittman
seriously
wants to
gonna
be-
call.
I know. I'm not denying that. I'm going.
You know I will.
I know you will.
You know I will.
But like I don't know. We'll see.
Look, every company in the world has a marketing company that does something for them.
But I don't think they do anything because we've been just paying Google ads and Facebook ads.
How much in Google ads?
At least 500
A month?
I mean, we have like a threshold that it goes. I don't necessarily know too. I haven't looked into it. Like I don't know. I guess I can't. I shouldn't. Oh, fudge, I shouldn't have said
It's just 500. It's okay. It's
that.
not really that big
That's
of a deal.
still like I don't know. I shouldn't.
It's
have said that.
fine. It's
I shouldn't
fine.
say that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're good. Nobody's gonna hear it. It's okay. Just clip it out. Just clip it out.
Just feel
Later.
like an idiot.
We're in the pre-show anyway.
That's true. It's true. It's the pre-show. I feel like an idiot now.
Why? Dude, you're fine, dude. You're fine.
Tyler, please don't.
I'm gonna tell.
Um,
I'm messaging him right now.
I heard about. I was listening to a podcast last night. Um, yeah, well, I feel like an idiot now.
You're fine, dude.
Frick.
That-
Yeah, well, it's just getting a little too personal now, Matthew. But I will say that we probably, I mean, that would help us out tremendously with the sales guys if we upped our marketing. But that's why I think we should hire you. I think we take you on. You kind of take over marketing and oversee sales, and help get the guys on track to becoming the best sales guys, roofing sales contract, the roofing contractors in the Midwest. So
the top tier roofing
tier
contractors
contract.
in the Great Wide North.
Yep, yep, yep. Well,
Oh, hey, all the way. Also, by the way, oh, we're in the pre-show. That maybe it'll get there. You can cut out the rest about your company stuff. Big shout out
you could go
to
back right now.
Julie, not Julie, Kaylee's aunt, Julie. We prank called her a couple weeks ago or a couple episodes ago.
Ow! Stop!
We prank called her a couple weeks ago, and I actually saw her in person.
For the first time.
Yeah, saw her yesterday. What? Jill. Sorry, Jill. Um, I'm sorry. She has a large family. I have a small family.
Yeah.
But she was telling me so her her daughter had a boyfriend named Matt Lee something or
Sam! Stop!
what is happening?
She's like trying to get up on my freaking leg and she's digging her freaking claws into my
Just
thigh.
kick her. Just kick her.
Yeah,
Get
that's a
rid of the
great
dog.
idea.
Get rid of the cat.
Out of here. Stop.
I don't
Oh, my
condone animal
word.
violence. I'm just
It
saying.
hurts so bad. She's just like, and it's just random. Go.
Get your ass back over here. Pay attention to me, boy.
Yeah, darling.
So I saw her in person, and apparently, so the funny part about the whole thing is I called, my name came up on caller ID as Matthew Lea. My last name's Leathers. Okay, Lea.
Yep.
But her ex-boyfriend was a Matthew Lea something else.
Oh boy.
So when I called, she thought it was her ex-boyfriend, her daughter's ex-boyfriend.
Oh no.
She was, yeah. So like, she answered the phone. She was like, "Oh God, what is this guy calling me
What
for?"
is he doing? And she answered it though. That
Yeah,
takes some
she did.
balls. That for sure
Um,
takes some balls.
And then when she heard me say, "Come on, Kaylee," or I said something like Kaylee, and she was like, "Oh shoot, I knew it." Then she knew it was me, but
Oh,
that's kind of funny. But
Matthew.
Matthew, I
That's what
was like, "Holy crap! How did she know my name?"
How does she know?
Yeah, so
It's
stupid.
like the caller ID worked.
Yeah, but I star 6-7'd it.
Yeah, because that's why your name popped up on the freaking caller ID.
Yeah,
Didn't work.
it does. It
Ooh,
freaking works.
Matthew Lea.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep. So big shout out to her. Also, big shout out to we went to the movies this weekend. We saw Evil Dead Rise.
Oh
The
gosh.
person sitting next to us. I'm sorry if I freaked you out. Um, I told you at the beginning of the movie I do not like scary movies. I jump. I get up. I'm not a very good scary movie person. I didn't get up one time.
Neither of us are, and you're the one that suggests that we go to these movies, these types of movies.
It's for the fans. All right? It's for the fans. Okay?
And it's for the
Big
fans.
shout out to her. I told her that we had a friggin' podcast, and she said she might be watching. So if you do watch it, thank you for coming over. If you want to leave a comment or leave a review on Spotify or Apple, wherever you're listening, so we know that you actually listen to it, that'd be friggin' sweet. Just
That's
tell us
true.
you're the theater girl or theater lady that we sent.
Do that,
So,
and as well as I think you should mention that, and we should try to ask for reviews from now on our
sure.
podcast, Matt.
Yeah, write us a review. Write us a review, people. Go
Please,
ahead.
but do it on like the actual show. We should probably start the show right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I mean, if you want,
Also, big shout out to Zach, one of Kaylee's friends, sisters, or brother. I don't know. They have so many family members. I don't know. He was there yesterday. Said he was going to check us out. Seemed like a guy who might like our content. So, big shout out.
we got some good content coming out, guys. We have got some great freaking. Oh,
Sounds like you
boy.
need to speak to the big man on this biz, Matthew. Who's the big man on this biz, Matt?
This
I'm
Leathers
so
96
lost.
person does not sound really
Not
like they
smart at
know
all.
what's going on.
Me. Maybe we didn't starve her. You don't
She's
feed
talking
your
about that.
cat?
I freaking feed the cat wants food all the time. The cat, when you open up a bag of chips, she comes running. Like it is. You never seen a cat that like you just open up. Not even
Ah!
a bag. It's not even a bag of chips. It's the lid of like the Pringles thing, and it's like, and then it's the it just prounces. It's just like a lion, like as hungry, and we feed her every day. It's not like we don't feed her. We feed her like
Oh
twice a
yeah,
day.
sure.
Then
Sure.
she's like acts like she never has eaten before. It's quite hilarious in some ways, but like I think it's just I don't know. It's just hilarious that how she acts like she doesn't get fed because she'll like wait at the top of the stairs of her house, and then like I'll open it, and then she's like meow, and just meows at me for like the rest of the night or for whatever, however long, and because she's just hungry, she's always hungry, and we've and we
Yeah, it just
always
sounds
have
like you don't friggin' feed her.
it,
That's what
we
it sounds
always
like.
also have to make sure the lid for our food is locked because if it's not locked or sealed, she'll pull it down and then the food will she knows because the food will come pouring down and she's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, baby. I don't think she actually
Mm-hmm.
even likes her food that we give her, the cat food. Because we also like the other thing is like for our dog Rousey, we give her like dry and wet food combined. You know, have I told
Uh-huh.
you that?
Yeah.
She's kind of
She's
bougie in that
pampered
way. Yeah, yeah. Never seen anything like that in my
for no
life.
reason. Yeah.
I don't know. I apparently because she just doesn't eat it unless it's like that. Anyways, so we'll have cans. We don't give her a full can. We'll give her a half a can, and then we'll leave the other half for the next day. But then at night we'll hear like a big bang at
Mm-hmm.
night, and we'll find out that Sam will like start eating at it, and she'll come up late at night just to eat our freaking dog food. She loves dog food. So she she hates our dogs, but loves the dog food so much that she'll deal with the
She sounds
dogs.
like a friggin' idiot. I hate cats, dude.
Dude, I am not. You know, I'm not a big cat. I've never been a big cat fan. But
Maybe if you'd feed her.
you're right. I should have fed her.
Dude,
That's my bad, guys.
Just lock it outside. Or
Yeah.
I hear in other countries they eat cats. Like it's not that frowned upon.
Yesterday when my brother came over, because we got a great date, and he always, whenever he sees that our great date, he's like, "Man, I can't wait to wear your skin when you die." It's always the same joke that
Is that
gets him.
Sean?
That's yeah. It's a good one. No, that's for sure. Yeah,
I cannot wait.
a
To wear
little
your
dark,
skin.
but it is a little dark joke. That we like
Mm,
to do. It's just my fam. We do. Yeah, just
sick.
what we do. Yeah. But all right, you ready to start this thing or what?
Yeah, we can start it. Sure.
Because it's your show, so you're gonna have to do
Yeah,
the
I don't
the
really
intro.
care. Let's go.
Okay,
Let's freaking do it,
let's
man.
do it. Okay, we're doing it. Here comes the intro. In
Did you even
3.
post on Instagram?
Oh, I did not. Should we do that
I
real
forgot
quick?
to as well.
I didn't do it last week, but do you want to do it?
Um, we're already late. We needed to post it earlier. We're late. So next week we're on it. All right.
Yes, next week. Next week.
Next week we're on it.
Next week we're on
Sorry
it.
guys. I was out last week. I had to deal with some stuff. Um I had to just deal with some stuff and
Some
deal with
stuff.
some personal things.
Matthew, I will say I missed you last week, and that was one of my. I don't know if you watched the episode. Did you watch the episode? No.
Nope.
I care about you a lot. I hope you know that. And if you watch the episode, I say that I care about you and all that jazz, and I'm praying for you and whatever. So I just want to let you know I care about you a lot,
Thanks.
and
Man.
not only me, the people on this show. So, um, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Anyways, let's
I'm not like deathly ill or anything like that.
not
I just
yet.
had something I had to deal with.
Okay, here we go. Oh, go. Come on.
Welcome to the Goof and Goober Show. You decide who's the goof and who's the goober. Join Matthew and Regan as they talk all things from their own personal life questions to reviews on movies and TV shows. Now, your hosts, Regan and Matthew.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 17 of the Goof and Goober podcast. The Goof and Goober Show podcast. Every Monday, 8 o'clock, we start streaming, we start recording. We have a pre-show starting at 8 o'clock every single Monday. We talk about some juicy stuff. Today, we talked about marketing. We talked about some SEO, some good old stuff.
Trying to reel
some
me
fun
in.
stuff, some freaking good old stuff. And so make sure you're there next time, because you're not going to be able to access it any longer.
That's true.
Today-
We should stop
yeah.
that.
We're gonna get rid of it, but for the sake of people's relationships outside of here, today I've got Regan with me. I am back. I was on a hiatus last week. Had some stuff I had to deal with. Had to deal with some personal things, some mental things, and so
that's-
I'm super glad to be back.
Hey, it's okay to not be okay. Okay, Matthew. Okay, but let me just say this. Actually, from the bottom of my heart, from last week, I missed you, man, and I love you, and I'm so glad I have you as one of my best friends in my life, and I'm glad I get to do this every Monday with you and have these in-depth, good conversations. So just wanted to let you know. And last week we were talking about Jonathan and David. If you listened to last week's
From the
episode,
Quran?
yeah, from the Quran, no, from the Bible. Yes, that's the book for me. The very first mass-produced book in the world. So the Bible.
To Kill a
Fir-
Mockingbird. Okay.
First Samuel, and there's a part in there that talks about Jonathan and David. David, the guy who slayed freaking Goliath with his freaking rope or a slingshot, basically. But Jonathan and David basically make a friendship oath that they loved each other as they loved their own body. It was kind of a weird kind of thing, but it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And there is a type of relationship that you have. Another like, you have you have your wife and your relationship that comes above like mostly all relationships except your relationship with Christ. But then there's this third relationship that I think that the Bible kind of hits on, not a whole lot, but it does, especially here in Jonathan and David, where they show that type of friendship that they have. And I think that's the type of friendship I have with you. I mean, I give that type of vibe to you. I don't know if you give that vibe to me. No, I think I mean, hopefully. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
think I know
okay.
what you're meaning by that.
Okay, good.
Uh,
I didn't know if you reciprocated it back to me that you loved me and
yeah, but my thing is, I don't want to make anybody jealous, So, but yeah, definitely, man. Brother in Christ, man. Always have. You're like a little kid. You're like my child.
shut up.
You're like my teenage child
Shut
that
up.
grew up, got married, and now is living on his own.
I mean,
It's crazy. Even though you're older
kind
than
of, but I'm not your
backstory.
brother or your
Backstory.
little brother or your son.
Backstory here. So Regan came back to college. I was
In like my 20s when I was 27.
Yeah, he was 27.
26, 27. What
Yeah,
was it,
26,
3 years
27,
ago?
25. 2018.
No, is it 2018?
Yep.
5
Year.
years ago?
Yeah, man.
That
Yeah.
doesn't feel real.
Yeah. Regan was an old little. He was pretty old compared to a lot of people that I was with.
Really old.
Really, really old.
Really, really old.
But Regan was a single guy. Just got recently, let go of his relationship.
Really,
They
I was just
fired.
recently divorced. Yes.
Yep, recently divorced. Really didn't have a place to stay. And I heard he was living out of his car. And I said, no, sir. That's not going to happen. You can come live with me.
And that's how our relationship started, basically.
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean, we knew each other
Well, you were living with
before.
Brewster. You were living with old Brewy.
Oh, that's right.
And I provided you with a ton of food because I heard you didn't have. You were like bumming food off of people, so I gave you a bunch of food, like frozen meat and a bunch of. And you stored it in the freezer.
I had a meal plan, but yeah, I can't remember what I did, but I remembered I was living in my car, and then I had I can't believe I did that, just to go back to school, and I had a son at the time too, but I was committed to go back to school, dude. I was like, I gotta go back to school.
Yep.
And I did that, got my degree, but like in doing so, living, I didn't have a whole lot of money. I didn't want to take out a lot of loans. So I tried to take out as minimum as possible loans. And I would live in my car, basically, so that I didn't have to pay for housing, because housing was a huge expense. And although the college did get mad at me because I was couch hopping, as per se, in dorms. And I I did try to sneak into a dorm and just take on a room, but that was a big no-no. I thought I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot.
How long did you stay in that room?
Not that long, like 3 days, I think is how long I stood. And then all my stuff got moved and I was like, "What the heck?" And then that's when I was like, "Oh, I got to move it." And who did I give my TV to? Loreno, I think it was. Cuz I had like a 50-inch TV, 55-inch or something like that. And it gave it to Loreno, one of the football guys, and everybody. And then Jesse also wanted it, or one of her buddies who came on the show a little bit ago. And yeah, dude, I can't believe I did all that crap. That's crazy. Thinking about that now, I was
Dude.
like,
Yeah, feels like yesterday.
it really
Feels like
does.
yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I took him in. He stayed with me and
I
lived
am
with
very
me for almost 2.5, almost 3 years, for the most
that's
part.
pretty much.
And then I had to tell him, I was like, man, you got to
outta
take a leap
here.
of faith, man. You got to get the hell out of my house right now.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
We don't accept your car
We
here.
don't like you guys anymore. No, but yeah, little kid. He's like my teenager.
No.
He turned 18. He went off, got his own place.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
freaking did it. Grown man now.
Just
man.
look at him. Just look at him.
I freaking
He wouldn't be
did it.
where he is today
I freaking
without me
did it, man.
or Jesus. Actually, well, Jesus more
Amen.
than me.
Amen.
I just felt the calling. To
well,
be honest with you.
that's for sure. Jesus is the only way.
Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend named Jesus.
Jesus
is a friend of mine.
You never have a friend in Jesus. Oh,
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Regan and I on Saturday, we went to go see Evil Dead Rise.
gosh.
Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about it, but we don't want to give this movie very much light, just because
It-
it's not. How do I explain this?
It's a
just a
weird-
very demonic
yeah.
type of movie.
And they purposely make it like that. It's not like we're saying it's like a bad or like they
It was a
purposely
well-made movie.
yeah, that they
will say
intentionally
that.
made demonic, and it was a well-made movie, but we went into it didn't knowing that it was a demonic movie. We thought it was a zombie movie, and and I can't believe it. Like at the beginning, I thought, oh, this girl's gonna turn into a zombie. Nope, she was demon possessed. I'm like, oh gosh, no, this
Yep.
isn't happening. And yeah,
So we're not going to talk about this one for very long, but we are going to give some. We're going to talk some spoilers. We're going to talk about a little overview of the movie.
mhm.
And then we're going to talk about some other stuff.
Ooh.
So this is your official spoiler warning, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, come back and listen to our thoughts. If you don't care, stay around.
I would suggest just listening to what we have to say with the spoilers, because I mean, if you, I guess it's up to you,
Actually, yeah, honestly, like this movie is, I mean,
guys.
you don't even need a spoiler warning. There's nothing. No, you know what? I'm taking away the spoiler warning.
Take it away,
I'm gonna take it away.
Take it
I'm
away.
taking it away. We're gonna
listen,
spoil it,
listen to this.
and it's not even a spoil.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So, give us your quick little overview synopsis.
Me?
Just your quick little your rating of it.
Oh, my rating. The
Or here,
synopsis.
you know what? I'll read a synopsis. And then you can give your rating.
like, this is
So
yours.
right now, Evil Dead Rise has a 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Excuse me. Ooh, a 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. And then a 70% on Fandango. Synopsis: reunion between two estranged sisters get cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons Well, there's the demon part. We just didn't read the freaking synopsis. Thrust, thrust, thrusting them into a battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. It was directed by Lee Cronin. Um, looks like, was this a game or something? Oh, it looks like it was a movie at one point.
It was
Evil
another.
Dead was another movie. Looks like in
No,
1981.
that's not the one. Evil Dead is a freaking
It's saying
zombie
it's
movie.
adapted from this movie.
There's no way that was adapted from Evil Dead. Evil Dead is
It literally
literally
says adapted from the Evil Dead. That's what it says.
okay.
I'm just reading what it says. All right. Starring Alyssa Sutherland as Ellie, Lily Sullivan as Beth, Morgan Davies as Danny, Gabriel Eccles as Bridget, um, Nell Fisher as Cassie, Billy Reynolds as Jake. Quick little overview, I guess. I'm gonna give this thing a 1 out of 5. From a okay, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 overall. Not because this was a bad movie, if you will. It's just I can't deem something very high when it promotes like demonic and forces. I don't want to promote it. I really don't want anybody to go see this movie, to be honest with you, unless you don't really care. The devil works in weird ways, right? He can grab you from multiple different angles, and I feel like this movie was like, oh man, I was just like very freaked out the entire movie.
Yeah.
From a movie making standpoint, the only reason I have it as a 2 overall is the movie itself was a very well made movie. The actors and actresses sold me, absolutely sold me, killed it. Okay, they did a very good job. Okay, terrified. Um, the the videography, top tier. I think it was very, very good. Definitely hit you in not just jump scares, but like building of the story, building of the tension. They did a really good job. I actually felt like there was less jump scares than what I was expecting, to be honest with you. I was just actually terrified of the movie. I was just actually terrified, not like jumping out of my seat every 2 seconds like most scary movies do. But yeah, so I have a little bit of a biased rating, 2 out of 5, but that's just because I truly don't want people to go see this movie because I don't want you to open up anything or
Yeah, because that was.
accidentally get your mental in the wrong space.
I mean,
or
that
get your
was
heart in the wrong
the
space.
question that we had at the end of the movie. Kind of, we talked about a little bit. Did we think that we could be influenced demonically through this movie? And like our intentions weren't to thinking. We were thought this was going to be a zombie movie, and it was kind of our bad being not doing our due diligence of looking into this.
Yeah.
We just kind of like, well, let's go see a movie, and we just like picked one out. Didn't really look too much into it, and it's kind of our fault. And but that brought up a good question of, do you think that you could be demon possessed, if you just go to watch this movie? If we could have been demon possessed, and that was a question we had to ask ourselves. We had to deal with.
I think the stipulation or the thing that we finally like agreed on at the end was that you could absolutely.
Yeah.
There's always that chance, but you know,
No.
Jesus's name is just so much more powerful than that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where in the movie, okay. So in the movie, we'll kind of talk about how it kind of happened. So in the movie, it's staged as this family, okay. This family is poor. They live in this old bank, and the mom and the kids were at home just hanging out, having a good night. All of a sudden, um, the mom's sister comes over, and we get some context that she hangs out with the band. They call her a groupie. She just has sex with people in the band, I guess.
She does not. That's not what she.
And
was
it's like an ongoing. It's like an ongoing joke, is what I'm saying with her.
Oh, I don't think it's a
Um,
joke, but
You don't think it's a joke? You think it was real?
no,
she-
I don't think the mom just thought she had no idea what else to say, so she wasn't like trying to do a joke. She was just saying.
Yeah,
She
she was
didn't
just
know
saying she's a groupie. But
She was
whatever.
just saying she was a groupie, but
So
not
she's
necessarily a
pregnant.
joke.
She's pregnant.
You find that
Spoiler.
out,
She's
yep.
pregnant. You find that out pretty early. But basically, what happens is the sister comes over and the mom's like, "Kids, go. I need to talk with my sister. You guys go grab some pizza." They go down to the parking ramp, and all of a sudden, a earthquake happens, and then there's a hole at the bottom of the bank, or at the bottom of the parking lot. Then, and it leads into an old section of the bank that it's like literally underneath. It's like a hidden part of the bank. And so come to find out, the boy, the son, Danny, I think is his name, he ends up finding this book. This book is the book of death, or the book of killing, or something like that, or book of murder. I don't know, something of that. And he takes it back, steals a bunch of stuff, takes it back to his room, found some records. He uses the records, and long story short, he plays the records, opens up the book, and this spirit comes out. And one of the big things that the reason why I say, hey, this may not be a good thing for people to listen to or watch, is in the movie they say as they are using the speaker for the records, is that the Catholic priests, the people who are exorcists, people who are using the name of God to cast out this demon, it did not work. It did not work. And so that is a really big red flag. And something that people should be aware of is that, like, as it says in the Bible, Jesus cast away demons all the time when he was alive, walking down the street, casting away demons, literally. And it is just by the name of Jesus that he was that people were able to do that. And so it kind of in my opinion, puts a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, holy crap! Like they're already starting with this. Like, there's no demon greater than Jesus. There's no demon greater than God. And this movie's literally saying, no, there is. Basically, and so that's something that, if you are dealing with any doubt, as we all do, dealing with doubt, dealing with fear, dealing with depression, that is something that can pull you away and could open your heart to that type of danger.
Yeah.
So that's just my thought. That's kind of a little bit. I kind of gave you pretty much the full beginning there. But yeah, the rest of the movie is literally just like the kids being dumb, making dumb decisions.
Oh gosh.
Like really dumb decisions.
That's horror movies.
And fighting.
That's just horror movies. Just people making a bunch of dumb mistakes, and you're just like, why?
Yeah, literally in the movie theater, I was like, stop! Why are you? No, don't do that. Why? Like, it was dumb, but honestly, like I said, I don't want to give this movie too much light, to be honest with you. Again, viewers' discretion is advised. It is a very scary movie. It has very dark elements to the movie. At the end of the movie, all it does is it flaps through the book at the end of the movie. So it literally shows the pages of demonic entities. What happens to the people getting their souls ripped out, throats being ripped apart, demons eating people. So it's like viewers' discretion advice. open your heart up to something like that, it's very, very dangerous. And I do not recommend that to anybody.
Yeah.
Last thoughts. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it.
Nobody does. I think for me, my rating on this kind of reciprocates. Probably like a 1.8, and it's not necessarily it was a poorly made or anything like that. It's just that I would never choose to go see this, and because I believe what I
Well, we
believe.
did, but
I know. I mean, like, purposely choose to go see this type of movie. Like, we thought it was a zombie movie, but anyways, but yeah, it was just. Anyways, like, what I would say is that because what I believe that demons are real, and I don't want to really put myself in those situations. I would never really choose to go see this because I truly believe that demons are real, and I believe you do too. And
yep.
what we, you know, kind of involving myself in that type of stuff is not good. In being involved in that kind of stuff because I don't want to be involved in that because I believe that in Jesus' name that his name is powerful and that will rid any demons or anything that is listening, or that there's power in Jesus' name is what I'm trying to say. And because of that, yeah. I just saw my cat. I thought my cat was over here, and then I saw. I don't know. Anyways, and but what I think is that I'd rather not get to that point where I would have to do that. I mean, I will do it. I believe that it happens and I can use it. And there's been times in my life, even when we were at the movie, I called out the name of Jesus just because I was scared, or because I felt like there was some type of possession or demon around me, or some type of evil spirit around me, and I use that.
You did?
And yeah, 100%, 100%, yes. And because of that, I think I mean I'd rather not get to that point, and I wouldn't rather not purposely put myself in those types of points. And I think is what the problem is when you do purposely put yourself into those situations. Because when you put yourself into those situations, I think that's what opens your heart up to demons to come into your life and take and possess you. That's where you have to be very careful with demons, because it's all a hard issue, 100%.
It is 100%.
So that's my opinion on it. I think I think it was I mean, the actors were well. The people, the cinematography, whatever you call it, was really good.
Cinematography.
The cinnamon was really good.
Cinnamon Toast Crunchography. Now the real question is,
Oh gosh.
don't. It's okay.
Why would you do this in the middle of a podcast? You've done this twice. This is the second time you've done this in the podcast.
Where I raise and lower my desk. That's because I was getting into it, man. I was freaking getting into it. So the real question is now that what's the difference between going and watching something like Evil Dead Rise and The Pope's Exorcist?
That's a good question because I mean that's an interesting question. We think we've talked about that in our car ride about that. I think the main difference is in this one, there's not necessarily a light at the end of the tunnel. And this one, I think this in the Evil Dead Rise, that one, there's not necessarily a light at the end of the tunnel. There's nothing that really can, like, there isn't a power that they're showing that there is no power that can make this.
There's nothing greater than that.
Right. They're saying that the demons are the powerful the beings, and Jesus isn't. The Pope Exorcist. It. I should be careful because I haven't seen the Pope Exorcist, and I have no idea what that's
Mm-hmm.
about. But the reason why I would be willing to go see it, excuse me, is because I feel like the Pope Exorcist, there is that light at the end of the tunnel that because Jesus' name is being spread technically in that setting, making demons flee and everything like that, that's what's happening. And yeah, I guess that's the main reason why I'd be okay with it. But I think you have a good point in that I shouldn't put myself in those situations, in any situation like that. Because I mean,
I mean,
it's like
I'm thinking it's in. I agree. I think I agree with you. Is that I think the big difference is Jesus is apparent in the movie more. Like this one, they literally say in the beginning, the popes they couldn't do anything. Nothing worked. They all died. They all like no one could figure out how to stop this thing.
right.
And I just feel like, and this is maybe my thought, is that uh, hopefully at the end is that they cure. I don't know if it's a cure, if it's they're exorcising this demon out. Um,
Well, I think it's pure evil to think that evil wins.
exactly. That's exactly.
You know,
That is well put.
yeah. Thanks, dude. I don't.
That's well put.
Thanks, dude. Yeah,
Regan's been working on that, by the way. He's very self conscious, guys, about what he says, how he says it. And, I'm proud of you. That was actually really well stated. It's pure evil to think that evil only wins.
yeah, and I think that's what you got to be careful about because that's wrong. If you think that,
Like, yeah, at the end of the movie, we felt like, oh man, they're gonna get away out of Evil Dead, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, the prologue to this movie is the ending of what we just watched. You know, like
Mhm. Yeah,
so
because they
that
don't
is
get away, and it just keeps going, and because they opened it up, like, but that's that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we get. I don't know. But that, yeah, there's and that's what the Bible is against. That it teaches that the evil doesn't win. And
yeah.
that's why I think it's a movie we didn't like, we didn't necessarily enjoy, as well as why we probably would enjoy the Pope Exorcists because they're doing exorcists in the in the context of good prevails, good will take over, and I think that's probably why I would probably be more willing to go see the Pope Exorcist. But I think you have a good point in the sense that we do need to be careful about what we put ourselves, like what
Like
we
I would have preferred to go in if I knew about it, then I would be like,
expose ourselves to.
okay, let's pray before we go in. Let's be
Yeah.
prepared. You know what I mean? Like pray a
Well,
blessing over us.
that's,
Like
and
that.
well, afterwards, could I
We
mean,
did.
we
Yeah, go
prayed
ahead.
because
Yeah, we did.
we were like, I feel like there's something on this whole thing, and I feel like we needed to pray because it was one of these movies that you're like, ugh, gross. And I think we had to talk a little bit about it just to get out, what we were dealing with, and which was the deal with the movie saying that demons win in the end, and that's wrong, 100% wrong about what Jesus talks about, what the Bible talks about. That God, what God's intentions were, and that God's
Mm.
intentions weren't for evil to win. God's intentions aren't for evil to win, and it's His will, and He's way more powerful than any demon. So
Yeah.
it's just like we needed to pray, and we felt like could have been a spirit possibly there, and I felt like we prayed out in Jesus' name.
Yep. I think I felt good the rest of the night, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, we freaking casted out we kicked that freaking demon butt.
Yeah, we
That's
did.
for sure, man.
Yeah, we did. But I would say,
In the
like,
name of
if
Jesus.
we did go, like, I'm curious to see it, because
The Pope
think-
Exorcist.
yeah, I'm
Yep.
curious to see it because Russell Crowe, first off,
Yeah,
the guy's he's a phenomenal
he's a
actor.
freaking baller.
The trailers, I mean, it looks scary, obviously, but I think, and this is a suggestion, I guess, maybe, moving forward, is anytime you expose yourself to something like that, is to always maybe pray beforehand, and put a blessing over yourself and say, hey, God, I'm gonna go watch this for maybe some entertainment value, or I'm gonna go see it to put it off the bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
But I just pray that you protect me as you always do. Put us in your light, and don't let this movie open up anything that shouldn't be open. You know.
Right.
But it also comes back to, if you go freaking use like a Ouija board or something like that, you put yourself in that situation and clearly opened up something on purpose with using something like that. So I don't know if that equates. I don't think it equates as much going to see a movie like that personally. Do I think it opens something? Maybe a little bit, yeah. But not like a Ouija board. I mean, I think that's literally just straight. You're literally asking for it, you know?
Right. No, I
I
feel
don't know.
that. And that's a good question to ask the question of is it the same as a Ouija board? Ouija or whatever, how you ever say the word. Because you like you got there is a difference because I mean if I guess it's all of it intentionality and what God does is he always looks at the heart and what
Yep.
the heart is doing. But what was I reading? I think it was on Sunday we were reading who were we reading about? Gosh darn it. Oh, son of a biscuit. Anyways, we were talking about this guy, and it talked about Jesus or God looking at the heart, but he also looks at the deeds. And that's one of the things I was like, the deeds. Like, it's not necessarily God, like, and that's what brings it back to, why not necessarily why a lot of people thought, or thought the way that they thought, but like, Jews believing that the way to heaven is your what do you call it, the what you do in this earth,
What your works are.
yeah, your works is how you get to heaven. And it's like, well, then you look at Paul, and Paul's is you were saved by faith and faith alone. And I mean that's but then if you read James, and in James it talks about not by you were faith produces works, and that whole spiel. And so like those kind of different types of theology, well, it's not even theology, it's just what Christians believe, because you're not saved by works, but you're saved by faith. But good faith is produced. Oh gosh. But good faith is produced. A good faith produces works. A genuine faith produces works, is basically what they're saying. But in your works, it shows you what your faith is. Hi, Scarlett. Yeah. I gotta do it slow.
You say hi.
Yeah. Hi. Matthew, you can't even hear what you're saying. If
Oh,
only
it's
you
all
could
wet.
start.
It's all freaking wet now.
Yeah, because you probably licked the freaking thing.
Yeah, she was like,
You gotta love it. You freaking gotta love it. I don't know, but like, yeah, I mean, that's where your works kind of come into the hands, like what your intentions are on everything, because God's looking at your heart, and it's not necessarily because what some people are looking at is your intentions of like the different types of works you're doing. What are you? Why are you doing this? What's the point of you doing this? Is it because you want to glorify yourself, or is it because you want to glorify God? Are you going to church because you want? Are you going to church, or are you volunteering at church because you want people to see how good of a Christian you are or how good of a person you are? Or are you going to church because you want to get better or because you want to help glorify God in everything that you do? And so that's the point of the works, is the heart. And so I think it all matters on the heart. So if you're going to a movie because, well, I need to review this movie, and it was this is one of the movies that people are going to see. Yeah, but then it brings the point, like with the Oogie board,
Ouija.
the Oogie board. Um, and I mean is an intentionally device that is meant to try to interact with spirits.
Say bye-bye.
Bye. I love that girl.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome, man.
She's amazing. She's adorable.
She's a
dude.
great child.
Oh, 100%.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of. Have you heard of Apologia?
Apologia Studios.
Yeah,
Of course, I've heard of Apologia Studios.
yeah.
Who do you think?
Defense Against the Dark Arts. Uh, I've been listening to a lot of Jeff Durbin.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's a Calvinist,
you know-
though. He's a big Calvinist.
big Calvinist.
Big Calvinist.
I didn't know, and maybe I just never paid attention. Jesus died, rose 3 days later, and then he lived on the earth for 40 days.
Yeah.
And
Didn't know
then
that?
he went and
And
left.
then he-
I
yeah.
didn't know he came back and lived for 40 days.
Yeah. Yeah, you thought, like, it kind of, he was there for a while. Yeah.
40 days, man.
For 40 days.
And people
for a
saw
full
it. Like,
month.
that's where it's crazy because that's an actual account that people can account for.
Yeah. That is kind
And
of,
it's like,
thinking about that.
how do you not think that Jesus is God? You know? How do you not think that? There's documents. There's like, I understand.
Okay, Matthew, let me
Pretty freaking good. There's a pretty freaking good chance that that's God. If he says, "Hey, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna raise to life in 3 days,"
right.
and then he goes and does it. That's crazy to me.
Right. What would you say to somebody that would tell you, well, yeah, I believe that, but I also believe like all religions lead to Christ or lead to heaven? What would you I mean, how would you respond to somebody like that?
That's wrong.
Well, why? How
Like
do you know?
if you're worshiping the house of the spaghetti monster, yeah, you're worshiping the spaghetti monster. In intentionality of who you're worshiping is very important, and who you follow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I just don't like. There's clear distinctions as to why Mormonism's not true, and Muslim or what was it? Is it Muslim? That's not the religion, is
No,
it?
it's Muslim.
Buddhist?
No, that's
Not
different.
Buddhist.
Buddhism is a different religion, but Muslims is a ethnicity type thing.
I
But
don't know.
they
I don't know enough about those religions
yeah.
to say, hey, you know, I I I can't rule them out if that makes sense. I don't know enough about it. But what
Right.
I can say is there's enough information for me to make the determination that this Jesus that that we're talking about is the living God.
He's the one and true God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is.
I think for me, like I watch a lot of like debates or like different type of like arguments for Christianity. Um, give me an answer. Have you? I told you them about give me the answer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love watching those guys go basically to college campuses and basically give the case for Christ. And they're not necessarily the people that go out and yell at, you're going to hell, necessarily. Um, but those types of like, let me put out my case for Christ, because I think that's important, especially since we are like these past few podcasts we have been pretty hammering down on that, and I think that's more of just who we are as a podcast, about who we are as people and individuals, and
Yeah. I
what we're
don't think we've
passionate about.
shown how goofy we actually are, to be honest with you.
I think sometimes, yes, we've done some
Sometimes,
goofy
yes.
things. I mean, like
But overall,
overall, I think we care more about our salvation and about and that's the big question in the human race is what's going to happen to us after we die, because there is so much unknown, and it's like, well, how can I prepare myself for that? And that's a good question. But like, my case for Christ is that one of the oldest, longest religions in the world right now is Buddhism and Judaism. Okay. Christianity kind of goes into Judaism, because Christianity is just a principle of the people who created from Jesus. That term came out from Jesus. So I would group Christianity with Judaism, and just because Judaism and Christianity kind of, they've been with each other and they go hand in hand. So because those two are one of the oldest religions in the world, and then Judaism, you can look at the scholarship, the historical and the geographical um, accuracy of these books, because these books are putting they aren't just like saying what's right and what's wrong. I mean, there are things in the book that says what's right and what's wrong, but they're also saying they're telling you stories about historical events that are happening, that happened,
places that it
yeah,
happened at.
right. And that's where it comes to that accuracy of places and events that happen that are now being verified geographically. And so, I mean, let alone about God or Jesus or anything like that. You can just look at the book and say, okay, these are accurate. They're showing some accuracy here. So there's something that we can listen to, and we can pretend that, or not pretend, but we can say, okay, this is accurate. How can I now look at this and say, now, what's the case? Why are you saying there's a God? And the being is that, when you look at Proverbs and you look at Psalms, and what they're saying is that the creation reveals his name. Creation shows who God is. If you look outside, if you think about it, about if there was a beginning and that there's an end, that means there was a creator. If there was something that had to be made, because we weren't just all particles floating in space in time, and then all of a sudden these two molecules join together at just the right amount of time and just the right amount of speeds. Because what I've been told about that is that the coincidence of that happening is the equivalent of a monkey going on a keyboard and smashing its hands on the keyboard and writing a masterpiece of a of like a play dissertation or something like that. Yes, that's it. It had to be intentional. There was intention behind everything. I mean, and you look at this like the different like how small things are and how big things are. Like I was like scrolling through Instagram this week, and is it just me, or does Jesus look like he plays guitar for a heavy metal band? Well, it depends. Jesse Grigo. Depends. What kind of heavy metal you're listening to? But like, yeah, I mean, but
actually, is that an accurate
similarity?
I don't know if that's an accurate depiction of him. Is it?
No, I think nobody. I mean, you just think everyone has a depiction of what Jesus looked like, but like I think some scholars came together and they like put a picture of what he would actually look like, and he's not a good looking guy, you know. Jesus wasn't like a really good looking guy. He probably had short hair. I don't know what you can look it up. Actually look like. Yeah, this is what some scholars would say he looks like. Let me share my screen here. It's a good question though, Jesse. Because not a whole lot of people.
Who's that?
I have no idea. Don't ask me. Jesse Grigo is the man. He's asking the hard.
Jesse Grigo.
This is what they say he would look like. Yeah, but if it was like this, oh yeah, he definitely played in a heavy metal band. 100%. Some people say he's. I don't know.
I feel like he would look like that, especially if he was in the Middle Eastern. You know.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't white for sure.
No,
everybody knows that. Look at that. The different types of Jesus. Or this one. But yeah, I think I mean it doesn't matter what he looks like to me though. If we like Jesus, I don't think really there is one race in this whole point is that Jesus created is that we're all in this together. We're all humans together. And now we are one in Jesus. So I don't know. Yeah. And so my point for Jesus is Jesus is Lord. And but my point for Christianity and Jesus is that there had to be creator. There had to be a beginning. And there's a reason why that there was accuracy in the Bible from the beginning from Genesis all the way to Revelations to show the accuracy, and not even the accuracy, but the accountability that they had on the Bible and the people that wrote it. And it's crazy to think about all the, like what you said, like Jesus lived 40 days after, he lived and was playing, hanging out with everyone for 40 days after, he rose from the dead. And that account, is amazing, because that's a huge part. Because if Jesus didn't rise from the dead, he's not who he said he was. But he did. And for 40 days after, he hung out and played and was hanging out with everybody. And that account and the people he hung out with, it is incredible. And I don't know. It's just like, geez, man, like, let's go. Like, that's my Lord. Like, he can do all things. And screw the evil dead. The evil dead, it's got nothing on my Jesus, because that's not the Jesus that I worship. That's not the evil dead. Says that that God wasn't able to cast out that demon. No, that's a hard no for me. Sorry, but I'm just gonna say it, dude. We're coming in hot.
We're coming in spicy.
Spicy, baby. So I don't know. That's what I
I
gotta say.
wanted to ask you, and I didn't mean to cut you off there,
No,
but
it's okay.
I think that was a very good discussion for, like, seriously, like, it just
Eating
hearing
a
it from
guy.
another perspective.
Yep.
You know, in that's what I mean. That's what I felt like all week personally. In you know, feeling like yes. So on Thursday night, okay, I had been struggling with my
Yep.
job,
Yep.
and I had been struggling with my job, and literally, my wife and I, we were standing in the living room or in our kitchen, and I literally just got up. I was upset because I hadn't been doing very well. I have not been doing very well at my job lately. Not as good as I should be. And so there's a lot of pressure there. And I just stood up and literally raised my hands and prayed out loud. And that's something I haven't done really in my whole life. I just felt like it was really awkward. um, so I never was one of those types of people. I don't like raise my hand during church. You know, I'd just rather be in the moment. Um, and the next day, and I told God, I was like, look, I know you answer in different ways. Like, just help me be patient. Help me to, you know, get back on track and provide and be a leader for my family. And the next day, like, God answered the prayer. I got to I got 2 sales. I work in a sales job, and I got 2 sales the next day,
Yep.
which more than covered what I needed. Um, and so it was just like an answer to prayers, and I was just
Yeah.
like, there's like, if there's a case for Christ, that's it right there. There ain't nothing that's gonna deter me away from that moment of being in just sheer vulnerability and letting God just do what he does. And so yeah, we went to go see this movie the next day. And so it was just good to we got full circle. We went all the way up and down.
Oh
Um
gosh, dude. I can't believe. I don't know. I'm glad we're done with that, and we can basically move on now from that whole experience of the Evil Dead Rise. But I mean, like we were saying, like it wasn't a movie we would suggest to go to see for anybody. But you know, I think the writers and everything did a good job. But it was for all the wrong reasons.
all for the wrong reasons.
All for the wrong reasons. So, yeah.
Yep. I wanted to ask you what I mean, we're coming up pretty dang close to Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh
Um
baby,
like really freaking soon.
Friday, baby.
This Friday?
Yeah, May 5th.
Oh shoot.
We gotta go. We gotta make our plans, dude.
Yeah, we got to make our
We gotta make them plans.
Yeah. Should make our plans.
Yeah,
Is
dude.
that what we should do? Should I buy the tickets now
Yeah, dude.
or,
I
or do
am.
you want
I'm all in, dude. I'm all in. All right, let me look at my calendar. You keep talking. Let me look at my calendar real quick.
No, I was going to say upcoming movies. We got a lot of good stuff coming out. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy, um Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. No, Away from the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, something of that. The Miles Morales, the second movie. That's coming out pretty soon here. Um, just a lot of good movies coming out here pretty soon. So I was just gonna say, like, what was your most anticipated, or what are you most excited for? Clearly, I think we both can probably agree it's gonna be Guardians of Galaxy.
I mean, Guardians of the
But
Galaxy
I'm
is
also
a
excited
huge
for
point.
Spider-Man.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say Spider-Man too, because that was, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I'm really excited for this one just because it's going to be kind of the last hurrah for the Guardians of the Galaxy, um, and I don't know. I think out of all of them, I don't know, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and actually, you know what? Just in superhero movies, that Blue Beetle, actually,
Oh,
that one, I
yeah.
didn't even know about it until we saw it on at the
Theatre.
theater, and I was like, that actually looks pretty good. This looks like a DC movie that I am actually excited about, and it's one of those movies that, it's kind of a new. They're bringing in some type, like, mixing basically Spider-Man and Iron Man together, and making a movie off of it. But it actually, like, just looks good. It looks like a movie that I would enjoy, and I'm actually excited to watch that one. The Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I'm curious to see what that one's going to be. It's 2 hours long, so I love the first one. My son loved it. I'm scared about Marvel and the fate of Marvel, and I think here this is going to be, I don't know. Just talking in superhero, I'm not talking about just this year. I think I'm just talking about superhero movies in general going forward. I think DC is going to take over. I think with what's his name, the guy that directs Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn. I think he's gonna kill it with this whole DC thing, and he's gonna kill it, and people are gonna love it. And then Marvel, they've already been going down. The only movies that have been keeping them up have been the previous um phases movies, like from phase one or phase, like, what, 3 or phase 2 movies that have been keeping them up. And so right now, I think DC is going to take over, starting, with The Flash. That's going to be a huge movie, and they did a good job with Shazam. But I mean, but now, and I think that's just wrapping them up for James Gunn. And I mean, I don't think Aquaman's going to be. I think Aquaman's going to be horrible.
Oh, horrible. Did you hear Amber Heard's coming back?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
Oh my
why?
gosh, get me out. I'm definitely
What?
not seeing it now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that at all. Like, nobody wants to see her, especially I don't know. I was like, that was such a bad move
It's a
by
waste of money for them.
right. And I mean, I don't like what's his face's name,
Hmm.
the what Jason Momoa. I think that guy's an idiot. But I mean, whatever. Who cares what I think? I don't think he's a good actor at all. But people
No.
are head over heels for the guy.
I think it's I think it's already a jeopardy to his career that they bring her back personally, because it's like you got to think that whole situation. She lost. I mean, she lost. She lost
100%.
defamation. She
100%.
lost. And ruined Johnny Depp's career. If I were Jason Momoa, I'd be like, nope, I don't want her on this movie. I'm the main character of the movie, right? Like, we can kill her off. We don't need her, like,
Mm-hmm.
let's figure it out. So
Right.
that's just my
I
thought. I
I
think
I
it's a
yeah, I
very
agree.
dangerous detriment to his career.
What do you think about James Gunn now with the new? He just released the movie that he's going to basically start with Superman Legacy coming out in 2 years.
Um, I don't know. I think they just need to reset everything.
I know you do think that.
I think they just need to restart everything, man. I think it's not beneficial for them to try to. They're gonna try to scourge up what they have. They're getting rid of their best players, best actors. I said players. They're getting rid of their best actors when it comes to um, what's his name, guy who plays Superman. Right, we get rid of Ben Affleck, who had been a pretty prominent piece. Um, ultimately, I just don't see it being beneficial for them, and it's not going to get them out of where they need to be. I don't think so.
Well, I mean, we both already have, and you've been
We have
listening to
talked about this many a
we've
times. We
talked this so
disagree,
many times.
and that's okay.
But I mean, what do you think? You think this is you don't think this is a good choice for them to go with making this movie? Do you think though? What do you think about the you? What approach do you think they might be taking with this Superman movie? Like, do you think this is going to be an origin story? Do you think this is going to be a story that they're going to basically set up for the new DC universe?
I mean, I think if they're going to bring in the multiverse, then yeah, they have to bring a new story. I think if that's what they're trying to do, if they're trying to do the Marvel shtick and they're bringing in brand new characters, brand new actors, yeah, we need a backstory, right? If um, Michael B. Jordan comes in and plays Superman, right? Like they've talked about this guy before playing Superman, that's fine with me. But this is a completely different character. I'd like to know the backstory of this individual. Yes, it could be similar, but this is how you build a new world. This is what they have to do. They can't keep the same stuff as previous.
Do you think he should go the same way as Marvel did at the beginning, starting with like Iron Man and then adding in characters?
I think it's cheesy, but yeah, I think Marvel had the head up on it. Personally, man, like that was such a smart idea. I think it was a smart idea for them to start with that, and then they introduced Avengers later, way later, versus like what they've done with the new DCEU is that they literally started with Man of Steel. That was the only origin story for the most part, and then they jumped into Justice League for the most part. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that. Yeah, that's 100%. I don't
it
think
just didn't
that.
set it
I
up.
don't think. I hope he doesn't go that route, and I'm sure he is against that, especially with him being involved with Marvel so much, and especially with Guardians, and then he was part of the Infinity War, and getting to hear all that background, especially with what's his name, John LaFavre or whatever. Uh, but those guys are you gotta take in what they're saying and then kind of twist it your own way. And I think with James Gunn, he's gonna twist this in a way that's gonna be his own. I mean, and he's not gonna go just with what was successful
here's what it
for
is.
Marvel. He's gonna do something, yeah, probably
I'll
similar
lay
to
it out for
Marvel.
him. I'll lay it out. Okay. I'm gonna lay this out for him. This is what he's gonna have to do.
Okay.
If he gets rid of any character, he has to get rid of all of them. Okay. Because if they're bringing in a whole new universe, right? You get rid of everybody. You don't just get rid of. You don't get rid of Superman. And I forget his name. The guy who plays Superman. You don't get rid of that guy.
I don't think
and
they have
keep
anybody
everybody
chosen for
else.
Superman yet.
You just don't.
Are you talking about
Okay.
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
They don't. He's not a Superman anymore. So if you get rid of him, you've got to rehaul everybody, because
right.
First off, he carried the DCEU.
100%. 100%.
Okay. Like he carried it. He was a fantastic actor.
Yep.
Really held the show.
Yep.
Now they've got to get a whole new cast, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like he has carried. We've been trained to realize, hey, he's gonna carry it when he comes in. He's gonna be better than everybody else. We need to match that energy, right? Like we need to match that acting ability, and I think that's the only way that they're gonna be able to get out. I don't care. Like the story, obviously, like yes, get some origin stories in there. Don't just randomly bring up cyborgs. Like, don't randomly bring in Aquaman to Justice League, right? Like, you can't do that. Give us a backstory beforehand, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Justice League came out before everybody or before they introduced the other characters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they kind of
Okay.
just throw it through everyone.
They
in,
just
like,
threw it out there. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm not going crazy then. Okay. So my
No.
my logic is somewhat not flawed. But yes, I think that's if that's how they're gonna do it, I think that's what they're gonna have to do to make it successful long term, which is what
Mhm.
they have to do, right? They have to think long term. They can't think of what's a cash grab now, right? You can't do that. Can't do that.
Yeah,
You
they're
can't
not.
do that right now. You got to
What?
think, hey, this may not be a big hit right now, but when we build out this world, things will
Mhm.
be different.
Okay, but now we have to. I mean, you have to recast everyone, and now you have to figure out. w- We got to get a guy who looks like Superman, is going to have the um, perplexity and the like that just looks like Superman. It's not necessarily like a strong man,
There's many different
as well
options, I
as you
guess.
you have to have a guy that isn't going to have problems outside of his acting in his personal life. And I think DC needs that 100% after what's his face, the Flash guy. Um, what's his name? The guy that plays Flash? Um, his name is Ezra Miller. That's what I'm thinking.
Yep, get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
But I mean, would you let?
I don't like him.
No
I don't
one
like him.
likes him. Okay, but then now you got to pick a new guy. What
I
do you
know.
think? What about? Hear me out. Zac Efron as Superman.
Zac Efron.
Would you
Zac
think?
Efron.
Yeah, Zac Efron.
I think he like broke his jaw though, dude.
Yeah, he had to get a whole new restructured. I thought, but like, I mean, he look at it. Look at him now. Like, it might be over the top. That might be over the top too much. As a,
Could happen. Could work.
I don't know. I'm trying to put my. He's got the blue eyes. That's for sure. But like, who would be that new Superman guy to be just a solid actor slash solid dude? What if? Mm, I don't know. No, Christian Bale. No, I don't know. Who would be a good Superman? New Superman.
Pedro Pascal.
I mean,
I would
true.
love that.
What I mean,
Obviously,
would you
but
be okay with a black Superman too? If they changed that up.
Mm.
What if they changed the ethnicity to a black Superman? Because that's
Hmm.
something they haven't done.
True. It's true.
And yeah.
That's true.
But would you be fine with that? Because I mean, Superman is
If
known
I
for
had to
he
pick,
being a white guy. It's not like I don't know.
look, I'm
I'm
of the nature of like, if we, what does the race like? Why are we changing the race? What's the point of it? Right? Like, why? Why would you do that? Right? Like, the only reason you do that is you're trying to make a point or a statement. Right? That's why you do that. Especially with like a character like that. Right?
what?
Imagine,
Okay, keep
imagine,
going. I'm imagining. Okay, I got a point, but
imagine we
go ahead.
make Martin Luther King and we whole flip the whole scenario, and it's all white
Mhm,
people and he's white, and
mhm.
then black people, right?
Okay.
That, like, people would be very upset about that situation, right? Because it's like you don't change that character because he's an iconic character.
Okay. But
So that's where I'm lost. You know what I mean?
I guess Martin Luther King, I think, is a bad example because he's an actual historical figure. Superman is a fictional character that we're making up, basically.
A fictional character that was created by someone,
Yes, created by
and then
somebody.
created by somebody in intention, or made it in the way they wanted it
But
to
okay,
be
so
created.
then what? My point is, then why don't give it to the best actor?
I don't know. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Why not give it to the guy that you think is going to do the best job? And it doesn't matter about the ethnicity. And I get
Because
what your point, though. I get what your point is because some people use the point of like, well, we have to use diversity and we need that.
yes,
And that's I agree. That's wrong. You should, but I think you should point the best actor, and it shouldn't necessarily matter about if they're black, Indian, or whatever.
I don't know.
And be,
Like,
but like
for an example, like, what if you made Black Panther white?
right,
Yeah, people would be very
people
upset
would be
about that.
very upset about
They'd
that.
be like, just
But
keep it the way it is.
right, and that's where I would be okay. That's where I would object and say, okay, when somebody would change that, and I would go back like, what if we made Black Panther a white guy? They wouldn't be happy about that. But I think if you have the right people and the if you give the person the best who is doing the best job and you think is the right position for this, I think you give it to that person.
Yes, yes, I do think so. Like, I agree with you, but if your intention and your sole purpose was to just do it because of diversity reasons, then that's not the intention of it, right? Like with
Yeah.
Ariel in Disney,
Yep.
like, you didn't do that because that you had the best actress
Oh yeah. Same thing with Peter Pan. Oh, dude.
in
Oh,
Peter
that's.
Pan.
Did you watch the new Peter? I told you about that,
I
right?
did not. No.
I told you about it, right? I went and watched it for like. Don't. It was just I couldn't finish like the first 20 minutes of it because it was just like the kid actors were
The
bad.
Lost Boys are now the Lost Girls.
Well, they call themselves the Lost Boys, but there's girls in them. And like, okay, well, and then it's very intentional for why they do that because they very much address it. It's just like if you're gonna do that, you don't necessarily need to address it, but give it to the best actors. And I guarantee you that there were so many better kid actors than the ones that they chose. And I guarantee you that Disney had enough money to pay those kids. They're kids, they don't need that much money. But yeah, you could have gotten way better actors than with some of the kids you chose. It's frustrating, especially Peter Pan, because I love Peter Pan. I grew up in love with Peter Pan. I read the book, some of his books, and I freaking loved it. And it was just not fun. I mean, and to be honest though, I think one of the best actors, ironically, and I really believe this, was the guy with the Down syndrome. And I love that they had the Down. I didn't think he should have been on there. And even if they didn't cast people based, to fill the what do you call it? The freaking
Diversity.
the
checklist.
diversity checklist thing, that he should have been on it for sure, because he was a great actor. He did an amazing job, and he took his role serious. Some of those kids didn't really take his role serious, and they were just trying, you got to pick the best actors. You got to pick the best people to be in these roles. This is Hollywood. This is, us, putting our best foot forward. And I felt like they didn't put their best foot forward at all in this. And I was very disappointed, and I couldn't, I had to stop. I stopped watching it, and wasn't for me. Was not for me. And I couldn't finish it. Still, I don't think I
mean, if you're not going to watch it, I'll probably not watch it. I still think you should watch A Week Away, because there's no wokeness in it. But yeah.
Yeah. I did watch A Week Away, technically, at your house.
And it's a week away. I've got a feeling everything's about to change. Oh, my child is so addicted to this movie, and it's like,
I can't believe that you're what?
I'm indoctrinating her with Jesus. But anyway, I know we talked a lot about a different stuff here, but I've got to make some lavatory changes. So we're gonna cut this a little bit early. Gotta go to the restroom. But ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 17. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you guys. If you could leave a comment, like all of our stuff, and also write a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, so that way we know, like, hey, people are watching, but also so we can read your messages. We can, hey, give us constructive criticism. Like, like both of Regan and I, we played college football. Like we could take constructive criticism. You guys tell us that, hey, we're not doing a very good job at this or this or this. Like, we're gonna take it and we're gonna apply it. Like, that's just what we do. So just let us know. Follow our socials. We are still doing a giveaway. 100 followers on Instagram. We're giving away some action figures. Follow us on subscribe on YouTube. Yeah. Did I miss anything? Twitch? Anything else?
I think that's.
I think I got everything for the most part.
I think that's it. I think you did it, dude. Congrats.
Sweet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our episode number 17. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Goof and Goober. Why don't you check out our Instagram page at the Goof? For even more, drop a follow. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.
Love you guys.